Is there anything better than homemade brownies? I don't think so either. Well, I am Amy from A Red Spatula, and I love incorporating whole grains and whole grain flours into my baked goods, just like these brownies. These are made with spelt flour, which is an ancient grain flour. But I promise you, if I did not tell you, you would never know. My friends and family are always surprised when I tell them this. So if you are new, or even if you're still using whole wheat flours, this is a great recipe to start with. It will give you the confidence to start being able to bake whole grain flours and use them in your everyday baked goods. Now, there are a few tips and tricks to crafting the perfect brownie, so let me show you just how to make these brownies. Okay, so I use two different types of chocolate in this recipe. One is a bar chocolate like this. This is Bittersweet Ghiradelli. It's my favorite to use for brownies. And then I also use cocoa powder. So you're gonna add your butter and the chopped chocolate into a microwave safe bowl. Hit the microwave for probably a minute or a minute and a half. You want the butter to be melted and the chocolate to be slightly melted. When you mix this together, that chocolate is gonna start to melt. And then once this is combined really well, just set it aside, and then we're gonna mix together our dry ingredients. And I use spelt flour in this recipe, but you could also use red wheat flour, white wheat flour, or even camus in this recipe as well. Now the key to that crinkly, shiny top that you love on brownies is just to beat the eggs so much. These are room temperature, there's 4 of them. You beat them for at least 3 to 5 minutes. And once you beat them for a while, you add in your sugar and your vanilla, and you're gonna beat this again for another minute. And then once that's done and they're completely incorporated, we're gonna add in our melted butter chocolate mixture. Now this is gonna be mixed in. You don't have to overbeat this one like you did the others. This is just gonna be mixed in until it's incorporated. And then once it all comes together, it's gonna turn a deeper color, of course, with that melted chocolate in there. We are gonna add in our dry ingredients. Now I like to swap out my hand mixer for a rubber spatula at this point. One of the keys to baking with whole wheat flour is you don't wanna overmix it, especially when you're working with brownies, cakes, muffins, things like that. So you can see I do a couple mixes in the middle, I scrape the outside and the bottom, and then repeat the process until it's mixed in without overdoing it. In our family, we always bake brownies with some kind of nut. My husband and kids love it, so we always do walnuts or pecans. You can omit this if you want. And then another trick to making brownies to make sure that they come out of the pan really easy is I just line it with parchment paper and then spray it with pan release. And then you pour your batter into it. This is a very thick batter, and that's what you want. Pour it into the pan, spread it out. You're gonna bake this. Now, another really important thing is do not over bake these brownies. You might be tempted to, but they should look almost a little bit underdone. That will be perfect for whole wheat flour. When you pull them out, it's just like this. It's so easy to take it out of the pan. Now, I will say that I cut these a little bit warm, so they look kind of cakey right now, but they're not. Once they cool, there's that perfect chewy texture.